It's storytelling time again. You guys like these stories, don't you? Now, let's get into some real, like, way back. We're talking about 94, maybe? 95? It's not a training story, but it's something extremely funny, hilarious, outrageous, and this is my story.
Welcome to Storytellers.
So here I am, going Hollywood, right? I had a little shitty car, barely made it. I went to the audition, and the audition was for a Dunlop commercial, tires. I had no idea what this was about, but they gave me the script, and I got the idea that this is about a commercial in which a vehicle, a car, Mercedes-Benz, in the desert, some really weird post-apocalyptic wasteland scenario. This car is stuck there, and I'm supposed to be this humongous sort of character, painted silver, and I'd be carrying this refrigerator, which I had no idea how to do that, but it was a refrigerator I had to carry into a man-made slingshot, all oversized slingshot, looking like a gigantic catapult. And I had to drop that refrigerator into the catapult, and as that thing flew up in the air, it was trying to get the Mercedes as it was speeding out of that dirt, and everybody was chasing this car. All the giants, freaks, all kinds of different weird characters were chasing it, and I was one of those characters. That's weird. But man, that was cool. Yeah, so yeah. At the time I had I actually took my motorcycle there because my car was a piece of shit. So I took my motorcycle there and I drove all the way to Palm Springs. I still remember freezing my ass off. I didn't plan for it. That the desert gets cold, right? So I'm somewhere in Palm Springs and they had this charter bus for everybody. Needless to say, obviously I got the part. And I'm in Palm Springs. I get on the charter bus, and there's a lot of people on this charter bus that goes to the direction of the destination, final destination for the actual shoot. All these people in there look extremely weird, extremely fucking weird. Amongst those people in the cast were Danny Trejo, which you probably know from the movie Machete, and he had a lot of Hollywood movies that were kind of like, you know, From Dusk Till Dawn, that kind of shit. But the guy looks like a complete prison character with muscle, and I knew Danny back in the days, and he was part of the crew, right? So me and Danny and everybody else hanging out in the bus and driving to the actual wasteland site, which I don't remember where it was, but it's way out in the desert, Joshua Tree area. As we're driving there, the people inside the bus just seemed really weird. Just weird characters. Off. And later on we'll find out that these guys, were all from some sort of mental facility. They were mental patients or just weird looking people, man. Like, is someone's gonna stab me in the back anytime here or what? What's going on? Stranger days kind of shit, right? Man, that set off the mood. We got to the location. This was absolute incredible shoot because they had elephants there. Elephants. They actually had elephants at the shoot along with us freaks. And it was me and another Asian bodybuilder that we'll have a mishap, which I'll explain later on what happened then, but that's later because that's part of the highlight. This Asian bodybuilder was about 250, 260, gigantic. I was probably about 220, and we both were painted in silver, top to bottom in silver paint, body paint. And I'll tell you one thing, man, if you ever had that shit on you for a prolonged period of time, it gets very itchy and you start feeling like you can't breathe because your skin is an organ and you breathe through it. And once you have covered it with this shit, you eventually will realize this is actually extremely uncomfortable. And yeah, so Putting that body paint on took hours. And they gave us only a little tiny string posing trunk. Like tiny. Just barely covering our chunk. And it was cold. It was cold. So our shit was like small. Yeah, but you know what? We got to do this thing. It was a $500 day, right? Back then, $500, that was my rent for the whole entire month. So I am in the desert, and they're giving us these refrigerators that we can try on, so to speak. We have to carry them. But they gutted them first, so there was nothing in there that would make them heavy. So they were like just empty shells, which made sense. So it was me and the bodybuilder. I do not remember his name. He was a competitive bodybuilder. He was gigantic. He looked like the guy from the Bloodsport movie. It literally looked just like him. It wasn't him though, but so here I am in the desert with my shit all shriveled up. So was his. The slingshot, a huge, gigantic rubber band that was posted down with these metal posts and everything else. There was an SL Mercedes in the middle of in the mud. There was elephants around me. There was people on stilts. There was people suspended from the ceiling, whatever they created, some factory type of ceiling. It looked like, really, it looked like somehow created a set of a Mad Max movie, and I was in it. In silver, with my balls hanging out. I'm just playing along, you know, because that's what we do, right? We do what we gotta do to survive, back then for sure. And it was a hard thing to do, to get that damn slingshot going, right? We had a lot of tries, and meanwhile we're freezing and all that, and put that refrigerator in there, and that thing flies up and almost hit the car, so that was not good. So we had to move the car further forward, because they had to barely hit the car, so it made it look realistic, to where the car, you know, he spins out, it then peels out, and the refrigerator hits him almost, and he gets out of this wasteland with the tires, you know, the branding of the tires and all that. You can probably imagine now, especially now, because I'm more creative now in my older days, I can see that being a super creative fucking commercial. Anyway, eventually we got it down, but here's the thing where everybody was like stood there and with their mouth like dropped their jaw. The Asian bodybuilder, he didn't just drop the refrigerator, he dropped his fucking pants, unfortunately, his Speedos, and his entire junk was exposed at freezing temperatures. Get this, guys, at freezing temperatures. And we were just like this, fuck. And nobody was laughing, because that's not nice. Would you have laughed? I don't know. Comment below. That's the story for tonight, guys. They had like a building there where they had showers that are working showers. And I would take that shit off my body with all kinds of baby oil, which would help to take it off. And it probably took 2 hours to get that shit off. It took forever. And I was miserable. And then I had to get on my motorcycle to drive back from Palm Springs to Los Angeles. And I was freezing the entire fucking 2 days, man. Never again will I go on a trip like this without being prepared. Anyway, but that's the story again. Hope you guys got a little chuckle out of this one. I'm heading to the gym right now to train my client here at the EOS gym. We're doing some back, biceps, and that'll be it. I got some more stories coming for you all. Have a wonderful, I don't know, it's probably post this story right after the New Year, so welcome to 26.
This is high intensity!